Good morning, DLFF family. Good morning. Woo! It's been a long day, I guess. 6:30 p.m. Good evening, DLFF family. Get your cameras on if you'd like to. Would love to see who's rocking out with us tonight. Lauren, did you receive a reminder email today about this class and the other classes on? Or you just not?
I just went looking for it and I couldn't find it easily, so I just jumped into the Facebook group and it was just there. So
Oh, you saw that I posted it. Okay, beauty.
yeah.
Who else is on the call? Team, jump to the chat panel. Where's my peeps at? Where are you at? Maddie, how are you, mate? Stan, good to see you here. Oh, Julie, how's WA? Stan's commented through, I'm in the bath. I won't do the camera unless you want to spice it up. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen, isn't it? He advised us all to be in the bath during the call and have our cameras on. That'd be a great paper article, wouldn't it? Jump into the chat panel. Whoever else is on the call want to know who's with us. I want to know who's with us. Should be a few more members jumping on, so I'm just going to give us a little bit of extra time this evening to make sure everyone's set up. Different call location for me today. I'm out on the back deck. It's beautiful. The sun's going down. The birds have been chirping. They've just pissed off. I think they knew I was running a call, which has been great. But let me know if the audio is clear. It's blowing a bit of a gale today. Can everyone hear me well? Oh, there's Julie. How are you, Julie? Awesome. Here's some more members jumping on the call. Looks like Maddie's trying to connect to audio. It's just not working for him at the moment. All right. Oh. We'll be rocking and rolling in a minute, team. Just getting everyone set up. Just letting a couple of people in off Facebook. In fact, I'm going to use you guys. Save me the time running around for some IT issues. Did anybody receive the reminder email for tonight's class today? Every Monday, I send off a reminder email with all the classes for the week. Julie, it came through. Great. Awesome. Who else is on the call? I think Sam just jumped in. Sam, you there? Oh, there you are. Awesome. Hey, Sam. Bridie's just jumped in. Jakey Boy's just jumped in. Woohoo. Great to see you all. Everyone's jumping on. This is fantastic. It is a few minutes past 6:30, so we'll dive into it. Hey, Jake, good to see you, lad. I am feeling a little bit down because it's been 3 minutes and no one's commented on my fresh as fuck haircut. I was insecurely waiting for some comments. Gotta love this community. So we'll dive into it, team. Welcome to tonight's bonus masterclass, how to let go of 2023 and embrace a 2024 ahead. Who's keen for today's class? Because you know what we're doing. Or is it just the usual where everyone's like, I just want to come to all the classes? Jody, so good to see you here. Love that, Jake. Give me love, guys. I'm not here to help you. You're here to help me with my insecurities and make me feel good. Thanks, Jody. Yeah, love it. God love you guys. All right. So, team, today we're doing something pretty cool. We're going to be diving into reflections exercise. Now, first to kickstart the conversation, it's going to be very engaging. I've got some questions here that I want to take you through that are beautiful in regards to reflection. Now, why would that be important? Well, the difference between therapy is not a judgment, but the way I look at therapy is studying the art of therapeutic techniques to help someone create change in themselves. Coaching and mentoring is the art of studying successful people and figuring out how they do what they do and learning to teach it to other people. Does that make sense? Pretty cool, hey? Pretty cool to sum it up that way. Therapy, a psychologist, a counselor, a psychotherapist will study the art of helping someone create change in their brain and heal. Coaching and mentoring, and what drew me to coaching and mentoring is, well, why don't we go and study successful people? Success could be in the realm of business progression, financial management, In my line of work, alcohol reduction, but more importantly, in my line of work, cultivating great fucking relationships. So instead of looking at someone who's in a dysfunctional relationship and saying, well, let's heal all the things that are wrong within you, we can actually just look straight into coaching and mentoring on here. This is what successful relationships look like. And it's not a judgment, it's just studying successful relationships and realizing what is it that makes that work. Does that make sense, team? Yeah, awesome. And in regards to that, one of the things that they've noticed and found is that successful people learn how to reflect. It's actually a part of their daily or weekly or yearly practice, how to stop and reflect. Okay, so reflection is absolutely key. I'm just going to move you out of the way and bring you up in a different section so you'll see me looking around. And I have a question for you to start off. Real easy one, team. You get one word to describe your year. One word to describe your year. I'm sorry, that's all you get. Jump into the chat panel. And I want to hear from everyone tonight. Really engaging. One word to describe your year. Yes, for 2023. Although now you ask, Lauren, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Give me give me 2016. You can call me a dickhead. We know each other well enough. One word to describe your year over the past 2023. One word. Jake's is sexy. Love it. Roddy sharing spiritual. Love that. Jody sharing hectic. Love that. Maddie sharing value. Beautiful. Loving these words coming through. Lauren sharing transformational. Yeah. It's a great way to make yourself feel better for a really shitty year. It was transformational. Sorry, Lauren. I've had like a real difficult year. I'm like, it was the year of growth. Oh. It's like, I don't know. What else am I going to say? Yeah, I love it. Lauren Shed. Yeah, it was either transformational or shit fight. Isn't that fucking awesome? Jake sharing, I wanted to avoid the growth word. Yeah, love it, mate. Love it. Best part about this industry, if all else fails and you're struggling and you're like a picture of one of those cats holding onto a tree branch, like trying to get up. If all else fails, just say growth. Oh, yeah, have you been growing? No, but it's probably coming. Anybody else feel that in the industry? It's such a great cop out. It's saved me for 10 years in this industry of being like, I'm in hellhole right now. Someone's like, how is it? Growing, I guess. I love this team. Lauren and Jake are getting that for sure. All right. Beautiful. Okay. I have another question for you, team. What has been I'm going to use the word the common theme or story. There may not be, but generally over a 12-month period, there's generally a common story playing in our heads. I would love to know what's the common theme or story in your mind that's been uncomfortable? What's the common? So I'm not looking for the, oh, I feel great and I'm growing. What's the actual common theme and story that you've been playing in your head that's been quite uncomfortable? Would be some sabotage going on, discomfort. What's that common theme for you this year? It's generally a story that plays out like, I just felt like I don't know what I'm doing all year. Or the common theme of like, I just don't know if I'm ever going to find a relationship for me. Or the common theme of the year, it's just like, oh, I just don't know about business. There's generally a common theme that we experience. Like I give you an example. Common theme for Tommy Cartwright this year. Um, there's been like recently over the past 3 months too. It's been like, God, this health journey's going to take a while. Get better, and then it's like, oh, guts are going really well, and then I'm like, ugh, energy's fucking skyrockets for 8 weeks, and then I'm like lethargic. And it's like this little theme in the head, like, oh, this is going to take a bit longer than I thought. Okay, I want to see some themes coming through. Be a little story playing out in your head. We all have stories in the head. Lauren sharing, it sucks that I'm the only one who cares enough to do anything about things, helping myself to help the kids. Oh, this is such a good one to start. Has anybody else had this theme in their head? It sucks that I'm the only one that's doing anything. Like when I started the personal development journey, I played this like for 3 years in my head. Like, all right, well, I guess I'll have to deal with the family's triggers because they don't know what's happening. All right, I guess I'll have to be the patient and kind one because I know patience and kindness now. They wouldn't get it. Righty, I'm looking at you as well. Julie, any of this going on? Has this happened before? Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful theme. Thanks very much, Lauren. Oh, this is such a good one. Who has felt that this year? The theme of and the story of I don't know if I'm getting it. I can't help but smile. I think it's because I know it so well. It's like pissing me off reading it, Jake. You're killing me. I don't know if I'm getting it. Oh, I had that the other day. It ruined my whole day. One story in the mind. I was doing really well with my gut health and the gut health journey that I'm on. And I had one day I woke up and I was like really lethargic. And I just heard myself say, like, fuck, maybe I haven't got it. And in that moment, 3 months of greatness, just pissed off, ruined my whole day. Jake, you feeling that? Like when you're in the thick of I don't know if I'm getting it, it is it's a piece of shit, isn't it, team? All right, Brody sharing. I just need to get through this hard work to be. These themes are so good, and I'm curious if anyone hasn't had them. Brody says, I just need to be getting through this hard work to be free, but I'll do the inner work as a replacement for external growth and change. I love it. Who has the story of I just need to get this done? I just need to get this one done. If I can just do the internal work, it's all going to come together. Or if you're not and you're doing the opposite, you're like, I just need to get this logical stuff done and then I'll come back to the internal work. No, no, no. I just need to focus on my career at the moment. Anybody experiencing that? Stan sharing untapped. Tell me a little bit more about that, mate. Not here, not getting that one. Oh, this is pure. Lauren sharing the theme of I've felt alone a lot. Oh, for me personally, one of the most painful stories. Anything to do with like I'm alone, no one gets me. And then if I take like the pretentious card that sometimes I do is like I just feel like I'm better than everyone. Like no one knows what I know. What a wanker. What a loser. 10 years in, apparently now I'm allowed to think that. And that's generally the two ways people will go when they're feeling that alone card. It's like, not as good as anyone else. Or another way you play it out is just like, yeah, no one gets me. Brady, there's a bit of Brady language there. Like, I've done some courses. Someone jump in and call me a piece of shit, please. I welcome it tonight. I love this. Jody's one. Put your hands up. Who's felt this? I don't know how I'm going to get everything done. Has anybody played the story of I don't know how I'm going to get everything done, and the story alone is the only thing that you can do that day? You actually don't do anything. Jake's like, oh my God, my life. Thanks, Jody. Oh, Sam, what a banger of a line. Sam's common theme is I'm avoiding stepping into the hard stuff. That's so good. So good. All right, team. Now, in regards to those specific answers that you've given, I have a follow-up question. If you could rewrite those stories today, how would you rewrite them? Sam, if you could rewrite the story of I'm avoiding stepping into the hard stuff, how would you rewrite it? I'm going to go through some of these, team. If this was like a chapter in your book and you kept turning to chapter 7 and you read it and you're like, I'm avoiding the hard stuff. Ugh. And you just kept turning the page and just chapter 7 just kept fucking coming up and you can't get to chapter 8 because you keep reading chapter 7 and nothing's changing in it. Does that make sense, team? Or was that weird? Yeah, it's a great metaphor, isn't it? So you're going through life, you're reading some chapters, you're like, this is cool. Yeah, a little bit of growth here. You get to chapter 7. I'm avoiding the hard stuff. And your brain's like, I hate that, and shuts the book. You wake up the next day, chapter 7, I'm avoiding the hard stuff. Until you learn to rewrite some stories, next year is going to be the same as this year. So there's some deep practices to setting yourself up for the best year ever. Why? Next year is just a repetition of this year. Sorry to say it. Next year is just a repetition to this year. The calendar that we live on was just made up, team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just 12 months because someone was like, yeah, 12 months seems good. What the fuck are you talking about? This is why some people can go 5 years and feel like they got nowhere. It's not a time thing. It's a now thing, team. It's a now thing. So what you change today is what you'll experience tomorrow. This is the biggest myth and problem with New Year's Eve resolutions. I'll wait to New Year's Eve. Yeah, good fucking luck. Excuse my language. Team, just jump into the chat panel. Loving it, liking it. Is this going to be the call for you when it comes to letting go of 2023 and setting up for 2024? I love it. Somebody sharing, I could be more stable for family. I can do it, but I haven't done it enough. Great. Thanks, Jody. Okay, so back to the question. This is the biggest one for tonight, to be honest. Well, it's a lie. They get better and better. How would you rewrite the story that's been playing in your head? So Sam's rewriting the story of I've been avoiding the hard stuff and is rewriting it to avoiding the hard stuff is harder than doing it. Great. And how could you rewrite that story? How could you rewrite that story in your mind? For example, I'm excited to start leaning into the hard stuff. Whoa. Does anybody like feel energetically a massive difference there? I'm avoiding the hard stuff. I'm excited about doing the hard stuff. I can't even say it without it changing my energy. That's the power of stories. You laughing at me, Jake, or with me? Great, with me. Fantastic. Okay, Lauren's rewritten the story to say, me caring about doing this work is going to be the best thing for myself and the kids. Also, I'm learning to find support networks, what it looks like and how to cultivate it. That is a healthy fucking story. Read through that chapter, you can go to chapter 8. And what's cool about this is, right, what do you think would be on chapter 8? Team, let me know if this is too confusing because I love this approach. If Lauren was reading a chapter, let's say Lauren's reading her book, right? Her book of her life. And she reads through chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. Chapter 5 is like, if I can paraphrase Lauren's previous 12 months, fuck this. I'm not putting up with shit anymore. Oh, what's the next chapter? Oh, time to do some personal development and change my life. Oh, this chapter's the best. So then she does chapter 6, right? Then it's like, oh, what's next? Then there's this chapter in here like, no one else gets me, right? The whole book changes, right? It's like, what? But if that next chapter is now me caring about doing this work is going to do the best thing for myself and the kids. Also, I'm learning to find new support networks, what it looks like and how to cultivate it. Turn the fucking chapter. What is next, babe? Let's keep going. Does that make sense, team? You're all writing novels and stories in your heads all the time. And the ones that cause you discomfort just stay there and they just loop and they just repeat until you rewrite them. Already sharing, rewriting her story to say, this moment is enough. It's okay to lean into emptiness. Pleasure is not the point. Oh, God, write a fucking book already, Bridie. Jesus. Matty's rewriting his story to say, embracing where I am at and stop setting boundaries. Yeah, beautiful. Love that. To be honest, it's not big enough, Bridie. Love it. Harry's just jumped in. Welcome, Harry. Great to see you here, mate. Okay. Any more rewritings coming through, team? Julie. For anybody that came on late, just so everyone knows, Stan's sitting in the bath at the moment. He's enjoying a nice hot bath. Love it, Stan. All right, beautiful. So team, ready to keep going? Awesome. Here's the cheesy, corny one. Stories and pages don't turn in your life until you find the lesson in them, right? Bit corny, bit cheesy, but it makes sense. Your story and your chapter doesn't turn until you find the lesson in it. And this is why people find it really hard to tap into gratitude for something they're not grateful for. They don't want to see the lesson in it. Why would you want to find a lesson in something you hate, right? Especially family members, by the way. Especially Lauren, the people that aren't like us and don't get us and they're not doing any fucking work. Right? So my question for you is what has been the hardest or most difficult part of your year this year? Something that you can't wait for it to fuck right off. And you're hoping a new year will do that. Righty, get that camera back on. I feed off everyone's energy. Yeah, the question was, and jump into the chat panel here. There's so many people on the call we're using the chat. What was something this year that was the hardest part of the year? You're either hoping for it to fuck off or it already has. But what was part of the year that was just like, oh my God, I wish that didn't happen and that can just get out of my life forever? Lauren sharing the ongoing struggle of coming out of survival mode and raising kids in recovery. Whoa, what a fucking powerful year you've had. Jump into the chat panel, team. Could be right now. What's something in life right now that's pissing you off, causing you pain, annoying you, frustrating you? Okay. So your answer, I believe there, Bridie, is being vulnerable. That's something that annoys you. You're cringing towards it. All right, Jody's sharing, always being behind in my work and housework and being a mess. Oh, geez, I'll have a drink with you tonight, Jody. That sounds terrible. Love it. Harry sharing, breakdown of a friendship and relationship was resolved with strength and a new sense of self forever, but was a dog shit few months. Yeah, big. Sam sharing, dealing with solicitors around my ex's estate for my daughters. Oh, sounds painful. Okay. So Bridie sharing, I want to let go of the cringe. Yeah. So unless I'm mistaking you, you want to let go of the cringe because you don't like the vulnerability. If you're cringing towards vulnerability, you mustn't like vulnerability. Turn your audio on, Bridie.
Hi, I want to let go of I like that I'm being vulnerable, but I want to let go of the fact that I feel cringe about it.
Cringe about it meaning what?
Like when I go and be vulnerable and I feel that like, oh, like I'm being like, oh, I don't want that anymore.
Gotcha. I'll say again, you're not liking the vulnerable state. It's not cringe that you're not liking. It's not liking vulnerability.
Yeah.
Not resonating?
No, it is. That's just like a different way of framing it. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah. So you're psychologically, because you're switched on, you're smart. You're like, oh, vulnerable is a good thing. I'm good at vulnerability. If you're, yeah, I'm a dickhead. If you're then cringing it or you're feeling negative towards yourself, that's cringe. Like if it's towards self, well, you don't really like your vulnerability.
Mm.
It's like someone saying, I love it when I'm really confident and someone's like speaks up and they're confident, and then they go home and they're like, "Fuck, I'm an idiot." They're like, "I just want to get rid of the thought of me being an idiot." I'm like, "We need to. What do you mean? You're not accepting that you're confident?" So, thanks for sharing. 'Cause this is beneficial to everyone, Bridie. Okay. So here's the question for you all. What are you grateful for in those moments this year? Specifically in regards to the thing that you're not enjoying. So, Bridie, my question for you is, what are you grateful for in regards to not enjoying being vulnerable? That's a mind fuck, isn't it? I'll ask it again. What are you grateful for in regards to not enjoying being vulnerable? Them sharing, I'm grateful that my daughters always know I'll advocate for them. Love that. That's so beautiful. Maddie sharing, I want to let go of control of afternoon, Matt. Matt, here's a question for you. What are you grateful for in regards to not being in control of afternoon, Maddie? To let go, team, you find gratitude in the thing you don't know how to let go of. You don't figure out how to let go of it. You find gratitude. It's a theory from Dr. John Demartini's book, The Gratitude Effect. I'll say it again. To let go of something, you find gratitude in what it is you think you need to let go of. And the letting go looks after itself. Yeah, beautiful. Love that, Lauren. Already sharing, I'm grateful that I'm able to open my heart again, knowing I'll be okay no matter how they react. Great. Oh, this is great. Jack sharing that I'll always have my own back when I think I'm being too open. Just take that play out of Jake's book, Bridie, and you'll be fine. In fact, everybody should have this written down in their house somewhere. I'll always have my own back, even when I think I'm being too open, which basically means I'll always catch myself for being all out there. It's a very powerful comment, Nat. Like really powerful. 10 points to Gryffindor. Bridie's upset that she's Slytherin. Beautiful. Jody sharing that my business is going so well. Love that. Catch 22, isn't it? I'm busy. I can't catch up. I can't do anything. What am I grateful for? Business is going good. Love that, Jody. Harry sharing, grateful to get clearer systems and communication and facing honest realities with myself. I love that, mate. Love that. I know you are Hufflepuff. That's why I said you're Slytherin. Let's stop talking about Harry Potter for a moment. All right. Beautiful team. So I'll say it again. In order to set yourself up for the best year ahead, everybody thinks let's set really big goals, right? Come on. I'm going to do 250 days sober. I'm going to have the best year of my life. I'm going to put myself first. Julie does this, right, Julie? Like, this is going to be the best year ever. Yeah, feel good. If you can't find peace and joy in the year that you just had, next year's going to be the same. Does that make sense? No matter how hard your year is, if you can't find peace, gratitude, and joy within it, next year's going to be the same. You attract what you are, not what you want. You want a better year, you attract what you are. And if you are currently, this year's not good enough, you'll attract another year that's not good enough. Hashtag mic drop. Making sense, team? Beneficial? Awesome. All right. So what I'm going to do here is let me see if I can. I'm just going to bring something up on my screen. So you'll see my eyes looking away because I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is that okay, team? Oh, yeah. But I just want to move some things out of the way so I can still see the chat panel. Okay. So I asked this one last week, and I do want to ask it again because it's so powerful. And a lot of you weren't on the call that I asked it on. My question for you, and the questions I'm about to take you through for the next 20 or 30 minutes, team, are designed to look after both your psychological realms, your emotional realms, and provide ease and peace. Okay, ease and peace. They're also derived from successful individuals on how they think, how they act, and how they operate at different times of the year. Does that make sense? Is that cool? Awesome. So I asked this question. It's just so powerful. It seems so simple. My question for you is, and I want you to literally take even 60 seconds if you need. We're not going to rush this call now. I want you to take 60 seconds to think about this. Okay. And the question is this: during 2023, who has had a positive influence in your life? During 2023, who has had a positive influence in your life? Think about all the people and comment it through. Quote of the year. Maddie Clissold just said myself. Oh my God. Never seen that answer. That's fucking incredible. Love that, Maddie. Stan sharing Tommy C. Thanks, mate. And it doesn't have to be one person. Who has had a positive influence in your life? Nat, fantastic. Love it. Come on, who else? Letting someone into the room. Sam sharing Tom, Nat, the Evolve crew, my partner and my oldest daughter. Love it. Different coaches, my kids, people have shown me a different way to live. Love it. Stan sharing Mark Manson. Jake sharing everyone in this community. Hey, Isabel, great to see you here. Body sharing Tom and Nat. Tom, my kids, beautiful. Thanks so much. Love it. Coaches, girlfriend, friends, a stranger I met in Martin Place. Oh, now we're talking. My question for you is, have you shared that with them? Like, not a throwaway comment. Like, have you actually shared that with them? There's a trait in successful individuals, success meaning happy, content with who they are, and it's that they share their gratitude for the people that have helped them. I shared this last week. A quote that's always stuck with me is like, one of the most humbling things you can do is always remind yourself that you stand on the shoulders of giants. And I think it's such a beautiful way to live life, to remind yourself you are always standing on the shoulders of giants. It helps you, especially with loneliness and feeling alone, it helps you feel so connected and also never step into like a superiority, like I'm better than other people think. I think it's one of the key things that's cultivated the way I coach and mentor people. And a lot of people saying like, I just feel so safe and normal around you because there's not this like I'm better or you're worse. It's just we're all just in this together. And that's from understanding I stand on the shoulders of giants. I would not be here without the giants that I stand on top of. Beautiful. So, and it doesn't matter how much you can do it. You can't do it enough. I urge you, maybe this year, it's a beautiful time of year, is to reach out to those people and let them know and take on board Jake's comment earlier, which is I'll always have my back regardless of how much I open my heart to someone. And the reason why I share that with you is people have this really funny thing in relationships where we only feel that it's okay to kind of share gratitude like with someone if it's like the appropriate card's really, really weird in this country. Like, is it appropriate to do that? It's not, your heart doesn't base itself off what's appropriate. It bases itself off what feels right. Too much team or beneficial? Like I have well, it's coming up in a couple of weeks actually. I have a guy that some of you know. I worked with him 12 years ago. His name's David. I went to his office and sat down, never done any work with myself, and I sat there and I said, help me. He said, what's up? I was like, I don't know. I'm fucked. I'm hungover. I'm gambling. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Anyway, he helped me 12 years ago. He helped me for a 6 to 12 month window. Every year for the past 12 months, shoot him a message, give him a call on New Year's Eve. He said to me about 4 to 6 years ago, he said, "You're the only client that does this." Do you know what he said after that? Not choosing sides, Tom, but you seem to be the one that's gone the furthest. It's nothing to do with myself. Isn't that just an interesting observation? You're the only one that does this every year. 10 years later, like that's a long time. And it's not something I feel like I need to do. I want to do it because I practice this. Like, wow. And that's the beauty. This current moment and thinking about who has helped you doesn't need to be now. And part of the healing journey is, funnily enough, you'll probably start to think of some people years ago and it'll annoy you because you'll think, isn't it not appropriate now? And if that comes up for you, by God, it's appropriate. Too much team or beneficial? Good to know. Over the years, I've messaged. I had this good friend at school, team. We were such good friends at school. He was a champion. We were like best buds, right? It was 15 years ago now. 16 years ago now. And we were best mates. And then after school, we had a bit of a falling out, right? We had a falling out because I got into the coaching and personal development realm and he got into just what he was doing. So I started to think he was an arrogant dickhead who didn't know how to speak respectfully to people. And he thought I was one of those piece of shit who just leaves because he's more successful now. That's just being honest. You know what I mean? I had an opinion of him, he had an opinion of me. And it kind of like just finished weird and just odd. And now he's really good friends with a lot of my friends, and it's just this uneasy thing. And 2 years ago, I was doing this practice that I do each year. And I thought, who's had a positive influence on my life? And I know I asked you the question this year, but just in general. And for some reason, he came up into my mind. And I was like, not really. And then my brain just, this is how awareness works. My brain went, well, he did. At school, he helped you massively. I thought to myself, and I was like, I don't really need to tell him that. You know what I mean? I'm like thinking like a normal, but I'm like, what? Well, he doesn't need to know that. But then I sat with it and I was like, yes, he does. Like, I want my heart to be open. Why would I not share with someone that they had a big impact on my life, even if it took me 12 years to realize? So I shot him a message. And I heard behind my back, I heard that he didn't have a good opinion of me. Probably hurting, like all of us on a healing journey, probably not happy that one of his good friends left and became successful and had a great relationship and marriage. And, he was struggling with a lot of mental health issues. And I sent him a message only 2 years ago to him. I said, hey, mate, it was along the lines of, hey, mate, this will be probably really out of the blue. Firstly, I hope this is still your number. But I just wanted to let you know that the friendship we had during school years was absolutely incredible. And pivotal to my growth and where I'm at today. And I know we're not friends traditionally anymore, but I just felt like letting you know that those years meant a lot to me. And thank you so much. Okay. And he wrote back, it felt like on this end, it was like his best therapy session. Mate, oh my God, thought you didn't like me. Oh, really? Geez, mate, that's awesome because I really tried to help you at school and I was hoping that I did a good job and then you left and there's a whole conversation opened up. And so that's the art of opening your heart regardless of what happens, opening your heart. I'm just going to read some comments. Too much, team, or was that example beneficial? Don't think I've shared that before. But I've done that with multiple people. I've reached out to and thanked an ex-girlfriend 12 years on, haven't spoken in 10 years. Just because I wanted to thank someone. It's such a beautiful approach to life. Just reading some comments coming through. Yeah, thanks, Maddie. Such a humbling experience, team, to realize no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how far you think you've come, it's the people that walked before us that have gotten us here. It's so humbling because we all know someone that doesn't live that way, do we? We all know the wanker who apparently figured life out. Don't we? Like, what an asshole. Mate, I'm in the industry of it. It's full of them. Like there's people that like had it really rough, then they turned it around, and then it's all like, this is what I did to turn my life around. And there's never like, no, this person changed my life and now I'll help you change yours. That's why I always talk about my mentors with you guys, because it's just the healthiest approach to do it. Yeah, love it. Cool. So that's a massive one tonight, team. If you really do want to set yourself up for an incredible 2024, I urge you to potentially hit up some people that you're grateful for. And again, if it feels a bit inappropriate, then it's probably really appropriate. If it's like David at the petrol station where you buy your bloody $2.50 a litre petrol at the moment, and he's really friendly to you, like you might walk in there and just be like, next time you might actually be like there's a lady at my BP, right? I think her name's Diane. This lady is the most bubbly person I've ever met every single time. Every time. Last year I was going in there, it was about this time, and I walked in, paid for my petrol, and I was walking out, and she was really bubbly. And I literally just breathed and went back in. I poked my head back in the sliding doors. The aircon was above me, it was blowing down. I just poked my head. Diane, just want to let you know, it's always lovely coming in here. She was like, oh, thanks. Just completely made a day. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? Not socially appropriate, very, very authentically appropriate. Make sense, team? We've got to start acknowledging the people that have a positive, influence on us. And yes, a gas service station attendant can have a positive influence on you. It doesn't have to be this person. Does that make sense? Awesome. Julie, you're laughing with me tonight, right? Not at me? Yeah, perfect. All right. All right. I got a question for you, which is a physical one. Oh, Jake's just triggered me hard. I'm going to quickly turn my camera off. All right. So here's a question for you, team. What has your emotional body supported you through this year? What has your emotional body supported you through? Disregard your psychology, but what have you felt this year emotionally and your body has continued to support you? Your emotional body. I'll start us off. I'll jump into the chat panel. Insecurity, fear, guilt, shame just come to mind. Like my emotional body. Isn't that interesting, Tim? Like, what has your emotional body supported you through? And have any of you stopped? Oh, just a second. Jake sharing, it's given me everything I can handle and nothing I can't. Wow. Roddy sharing anger, rejection, fear. Great. Have any of you stopped to be grateful for that? Have any of you actually stopped to be grateful that your emotional body, let's say, for example, Bridie, your emotional body has been dealing with anger, rejection, fear on and off for 12 months. And it just keeps putting up with it. And it just keeps feeling it and keeps experiencing it. And it never wants to quit on you. It never looks up at you and says, oh, you're not doing a good enough job. But how many of us look down at our emotional body and go, oh, you're fucking shit. Get your shit together. Get rid of this fear. Get rid of this anger. Why are you still insecure? Maddie sharing sadness and loss. Beautiful. So your emotional bodies team have been carrying you through guilt, shame, disappointment, sadness, loss, despair, insecurity. The list goes on. So I welcome and invite you to take a moment to be grateful for that. Who enjoys that approach? Great comment. Harry's shared, it's hard not to be immediately conflicted, to be honest. I felt really let down by it, but I think that's because it was so rejected by me. There we go. Your emotional body has never let you down, by the way, team. The only thing that can let you down is your ego. And even that, I shouldn't say that, but the ego can shut up. I'll say it again. Your emotional body can't let you down. It's designed to process emotion for you. It's your head chatter that goes, go away. Go away. Your emotional body's like, yeah, I can handle it. Shame. Fucking walk in the park. Done this for years. And the head's like, no. Yeah, beautiful. Does that help, team? So I invite you to bring some gratitude to your emotional body. You don't need to do anything that with team. Just listen to the words coming out of my mouth and just try it on for yourself. Okay. Here's a question for you, team. A lot of people have shame due to their physical bodies, right? A lot of people. Physical body is one of the ways that people experience a lot of shame. Like, for example, shame for my physical guts and lethargy. I would say lethargy is more of a physical symptom, not so much an emotional one. Stress is emotional, lethargy is kind of physical. My question for you is, what has your physical body supported you through within the past year? What has your physical body supported you through within the last year? Mine supported me through it. Can I start and just jump into the chat panel? Is that cool? Bridie, that'd be emotional body. What has your physical body supported you through? I'll give you an example. Last year, late last year, actually, everyone's allowed to go 2 years in, just get some more reference points because I'm going to do it. 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I had 2 COVIDs, 3 gastro bugs, and pneumonia. How good is this thing? Not me. I'm terrible up here. How good's this thing? Really? 3 gastro bugs, 2 or 3 COVIDs, and pneumonia. I'm still here. Not to mention arthritis in the legs and sternum, eye itchiness and soreness and redness. Like, we can all just, this isn't a victim card, but throw in, what are your physical experiences and symptoms? How do they show up? Beautiful. Harry sharing 1 minor flu, staying fit. Yeah, beautiful, mate. So 1 minor flu. What else has your physical body supported you through? Jump in the chat panel. It's gone a little bit quiet. Where is everyone at? Does anybody else's physical support them literally carry them around Earth for 12 to 16 hours every day? Everyone liking the simplicity here, but like also seeing massive value in it. Like, Julie, your body literally gets you up and takes you everywhere you want during the day. And even when it's tired, you're like, oh, whatever. Come on, let's keep going. It's like, all right. And the thing is, your physical body never gives up on you. Your mental body will give up on you first. Your emotional body will give up on you second, but your physical body generally never gives up on you. And it's fascinating that we find that the majority of people feel shame towards their physical body so much. Team, I'm just jumping in. Loving it, liking it, resonating, or has it gone too much? Because everyone's gone a little bit quiet. Great. Jody sharing abuse from alcohol. Fantastic. So what is it? What has it helped you through? Just simply, team, put it in there. Like, Maddie, does your body help you through constant physical labor every day, being in that industry? Yeah. Isabel sharing arthritis and nerves. Yeah. Beautiful. Now we're talking. Now the ball's getting rolling. Bridie sharing, my skin holds my anxiety. It's so crazy, like the physical rash all over my body at the live event that lasted for months. There we go. Your physical body has had to put up with a rash that you brought on because you were anxious. If anyone's fucking annoyed, it should be your physical body, not you. Make sense, team? The physical body's just copping it. Like, yeah, I'll do the rash. The physical body, like, think about the molecules in the body, it's putting up with the inflammation and the pain. You're just the symptom of it. You're just receiving the ends of it. Does that make sense, team? Sam sharing, I've been well all year, but I have put on a lot of weight, even though I felt I had been doing everything right. This has caused me major frustration and not being comfortable with my own skin. Great. Did you know that your physical body is carrying around your weight every day? Like, all of us. Just like all of us. Like, if I go jump on the scales and I don't know, it pops up like 85 kilos. Now that I've had this call, like, geez, my physical body for 34 years has been carrying this weight around. Started at 3.5 kilos or something. 34 years on, the physical body still showing up every bloody day, every bloody night. Does anyone else find that fascinating? Or is it just me? And these are the three things that we need to bring gratitude to: our mind, our emotional realm, and our body physically. Yeah, it blows your mind, right, team? Imagine if you started bringing more gratitude. Everyone does this. I'm grateful for, and they just talk psychology all the time. I'm grateful for this, and I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for this. What about I'm grateful I think this way? I'm grateful that I'm insecure and afraid that my business will fail because I guess it helps me play small. And from playing small, I focus on other things like my family, for example, right? I'm grateful for the anxiety that I experience. Like finding gratitude in your psychological realm, your emotional realm, and your physical realm will overshadow and let go of a lot of shame. In fact, when people have body dysmorphia issues and physical shame towards their bodies, one of the therapeutic practices is falling back in love with your physical body. And this is the art of it, what I'm sharing today, finding gratitude in what we have. Even though, bloody hell, my poor daughters, we live in a world where everyone's meant to look a certain way. Ugh, we won't go down that rabbit hole tonight. Loving the comments coming through. Do you want another question, team? Enjoying it? Beautiful. All right. I will ask this question. It's kind of what we covered, but I want to ask it anyway. Have you experienced any illness, injury, stress, or heartache? And as hard as it was for you psychologically, your body kept getting up every morning. Again, your body just keeps getting up. We all need to have a lot more appreciation for our feet, our legs, our knees, our thighs, our groins, our bums. Did anybody know, like, how many times has your bum held your weight? Like, I'm looking at Julie sitting on the office chair. Julie, how many times has your bum sat in that chair? It's like, oh, fucking Julie's sitting on me again. Does that make sense? Like, I'll give you an example because this is how it works, right? We're doing it live. Like, I've sat in a weird position. I did a really big gym exercise. So you're probably noticing me move a lot more because I'm outside. My back's killing me. It's been killing me for 20 minutes. I'm just like, put up with it. I'm going to put my head on my pillow tonight and be like, fuck. If I ever think about my back, it's when I'm annoyed at it. Anyone else get that? Oh God, my back's gone again. Fucking back. I even said to my PT when I started working with her, I'm like, oh, I got the worst back. Help me with my back. Just fucking complaining about the physical body. So just sitting here with you now, oh, so grateful. This old fucking skeleton here is holding me up all day. Yeah, love it, Harry. All right, team. Here's a big one for you. Yeah, Harry sharing my knees. I'm grateful they still keep me up. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Here we go, team. I want to hear from all of you. How can you choose to celebrate who and what you are today rather than continuing to focus on who you might be tomorrow? How can you choose to celebrate who and what you are today rather than focusing on who you might be tomorrow? Jump into the chat panel. How do I choose to celebrate who and what I am today rather than who I might be tomorrow? Beautiful. Maddie sharing appreciate my presence. Isabel sharing gratitude. Great. And now what I invite you all to do is how are you actually going to do that? Like sharing, giving yourself the opportunity to run something you're insecure about. Love it. Yep. Oh, great insight. Lauren sharing, write a list of what I've actually done this year. Ooh. Anybody want a challenge? Anybody want a challenge from tonight's call? Cool. After this call, just make another 7 minutes. It's all it'll take, 7 minutes, and to write a list of everything you've accomplished this year. Such a good idea. Like, literally write a list of everything you've accomplished and achieved. And it might just start like this. Oh, I've made it through 330 days. Yeah. And you'll notice that you have endless list almost. And that comes from what's called the gratitude effect I spoke to earlier. The gratitude effect is the more you find gratitude for, the more you look for gratitude. So grateful people keep finding gratitude even when the world's throwing them crap. Yeah, are you happy? What are you grateful for? What are you fucking grateful for? You've had a shit year, Jake, or this, or Lauren. It's like, what? Gratitude is a state, not an outcome of experience. And I ask you this, team. It is Christmas, the festive season, 2023. Not the easiest time of year. For some people, it's the best time of year. Some people, it's not. For me, it's in the middle. It's not a bad time. It's not a great time. It's like, it's kind of like a February to me. How can you actually reward yourself for who you've been this year? Like most people get into the festive season and New Year's Eve with this like relentless, oh my God, please start next year. Anyone else feel that? I was so sorry for that. Like, what? Really? The year was that bad? The one thing on the planet that everybody wants more of is time. And come December, 90% of the population say, I'm happy for this 4 weeks to fuck off. Jump in the chat panel. Anyone notice that? I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. God, this year can finish already. God, this year can finish already. Like, really? And here's the thing, team. You have more time right now. You don't have to wait till 2024. So how can you reward yourself for the year that you've had? And I literally mean that. Where are you going to spend your time or your money or your energy on yourself? And here's my invitation to everyone to wrap up the year best way ever. By the way, still running Rebuild Call tomorrow and Saturday live Q&A. So we're good in that respect. I wanted to let you know before I forgot that. Rebuild Call tomorrow morning, Saturday live Q&A. Still going ahead. I would love to see you all reward yourself physically. A little solo sober date. Well, it doesn't have to be sober, whatever you want. But a solo date. Or buy the new shirt or the new dress. Or upgrade your TV. Like, for fuck's sake, team, please, please do something for you. This is the time of year everyone thinks they should put themselves on hold. They regret it. They hate it. They don't like it. They wake up January 1st and think, fuck, I need a holiday from that shit. Please, I invite you. Yeah, you're welcome, Sam. Please, I really, really invite you to do something epic for yourself. And epic could be just a nice brekkie tomorrow morning. But do something for yourself. I'd love to see some photos coming through over the next couple of weeks of just people in their happiness. Wouldn't that be cool? Like, imagine if there was a community at this time of year where everyone was sharing their gratitude for self, as opposed to the alternative, which is everyone sharing their experiences with others, and they're not great, but everyone shares it anyway. Like, best family lunch. And if you're on a fly on the wall, you're like, wow, this whole family should be in therapy today. I'm such a dick. Resonating though? Who's up for that invitation? Who's up for that challenge? And I'll say it one more time. I'll say it one more time. The way you set yourself up for the best year ahead is by accepting and finding gratitude in the year that you've just had. Watch your whole year change. Everyone else is setting goals out of resentment that they didn't do good enough this year. Fuck off. Like, really? Yuck. Don't set goals ever until you're already grateful for how far you've come. If you're not grateful for how far you've come, any goal you set is just an act out of insecurity and emotionally manipulating yourself. Find gratitude in this year, and next year will be one of the best you've ever had. Just trust me. Sam sharing, I took myself clothes shopping on Friday, tried on 75 things that didn't fit, but bought it. Is a gorgeous dress. Love it. Beautiful, Sam. More of that, team. Beautiful thing about Christmas and the festive season is bringing happiness and joy to you when you're alone. No one knows this. So just surrounding themselves with people and they're not feeling that great. Jump into the chat panel and say up for the challenge in capitals if you're up for the challenge so I can hold you accountable. And other than that, before we wrap up, how has tonight's masterclass been? Has it been beneficial? Have you loved it? Have you enjoyed it? And how do you feel about the coming year? Beautiful. Everyone's up for the challenge. Oh, I love that. Harry, the challenge specifics are go and spend your time, your energy, and your money on yourself. I'd love to see more photos of some people meditating in the morning, going for walks. I want to see some photos of you guys come this Friday, like smile on your face saying, fucking clocked off work, another year done. It's the time of year where we're allowed to share the joy in our lives, regardless of how painful other areas are. Is that cool? Yeah, beautiful. Loving it. Yeah, Matty sharing, keep it simple and excited for 24. Yeah, love it, buddy. Look at everyone saying now they're looking forward to 2024. Getting my body into shape. Yeah, love that. Fantastic. All right, team. Here's the Living with Choice and Freedom. I've absolutely loved tonight's call. Just as a reminder, daily insights still coming. I'm still active in the community. Yeah, I love this time of year and I love helping you guys. So any questions, keep them coming through. Otherwise, I'll see you on tomorrow's call or Saturday's live Q&A, which will be epic just before Chrissy. So if you're up to seeing everyone's faces for a little Chrissy get together, that's Saturday. Beautiful. Thanks, team. Big love. Mwah.